Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys a quick match against True Draco because they're still alive and kicking, alive and well. So it's a pretty. They haven't been making me too much noise, but I think they're still playable because card demise is still real, masterpiece is still real. There's quite a bit of stuff that are still real on that deck that can be really threatening. And luckily, I went first, so now all I have to worry about is what they open because if you know that they get the pop with attributing the traps spells. But I don't really play any back row, so it's the spells are not too much of a big deal. But the trap would be threatening if I didn't have proxy or decode. But the fact that I have decode and proxy to protect my blazer negate or my quasar negate is huge, because normally that would be the way to bait out and force a reaction. But oh my god, proxy is so good that it protects you, so it allows you to have the luxury of being able to just like wait for the actual threat. Because initially the main concern would be Masterpiece with the field spell. That's kind of like, okay, I have to run over it twice, so that's could be kind of an issue. So that's pretty much my main concern. That's what I mainly want to negate. And anything else was completely irrelevant because one, he can't run over my Blazar, and two, the literal these guys, the little ones, they can't run over Blazar, so that's pretty good. So my main concern is just the masterpiece. So right here, I based it all off on, okay, everything, it just has to be probability and luck, I guess. And luckily, he drew his demise, so that was really fortunate for him. But I mean, like I said, you can calculate every scenario to a perfect calculation. But sometimes it just happens. They just draw the card that they need, and that's the exciting bit. That's the exciting part about it. I mean, not of course for the one that's experiencing it, like the one that's going against them, but the player just feels like so. Oh my god, it gives them like a sense of hope. Oh, dude, I drew the card I needed, and it urges you to keep wanting to play, compared to always let's say you always lose, right? Let's say you're always losing. Yeah, of course, if you're always losing, you're not gonna be too inclined. You're not inclined to want to play. You're gonna be declined to like continue to play. Oh, you're always losing. So you kind of just brush it off and like, oh well, I mean, I'm losing all the time, so I don't feel like the need to play anymore, and that's pretty bad. So like things like that, I think make the game exciting for part of the player base, because of course, like, oh, it's obvious. There's like a bunch of calculated duelists that prefer odds and statistics of what it's meant to be, but that's where you like. There's like a line drawn. Like, of course, everyone like, I'm pretty sure majority have heard this line before. Oh, like, oh my god, he drew the out, or oh, like, I just got sacked. I just like. Oh my god. I mean, what do you expect, man? Like, you start off with the 5 cards. Anything beyond that is based upon consistency of what your deck is meant to do. That unknown variable, that X factor, that wild card is either gonna just finish it off for you or get you back in the game. And that's exciting. That's really exciting. But some people don't see it that way. Some people see it as, my deck is meant to win because it's meant to win because it's top tier. But when they don't, it's like, oh. Like I said, I mentioned this all the time. There's gonna be a loser. There's gonna be a loser. That's just how it is. And I'm pretty sure, I'm sure there's this type of player where, if every time they lose, they feel like their rep is diminishing. When it's like, I don't know. Like, does that make sense? Can any of you relate to that? Where you kind of want to hold off on playing anyone because you feel like it'll maintain your status. Does that make sense? Like, let's say you won a logo, right? And everyone knows you that you won that logo, and then everything after that, you want to kind of maintain that perception that, oh, okay, I'm good. So then every time you lose, you get kind of like, oh, it's like a little chip away at your self-esteem with Yugioh, with your dueling reputation. Does that make sense? But I think that can be kind of, I guess that's good and bad. It's like a double-edged sword. Because good, because it means you take pride and you care about the game, and you want to be considered good and it's important because that's good, but it's bad because sometimes some people overdo it and they kind of like be a bit bitter about it, and like then you start like or like just talking down to the rest of the people, and it's like, oh, it's not good at all. So it's like a fine line, I guess. But I think that's pretty funny. Cause I used to be like that a while ago, where I would not want to lose to a certain person, to a certain player. Otherwise, my rep would be like, oh, it would be bruised. But like, I guess it would be kind of be like with, I guess, maturity with all of you guys. Like, okay, this is cool, you know. It's different now. It's a completely different one. I guess once you've established, but I think another thing has to do with it is once you establish yourself and people are aware that you're just good, like you're just a good player in general, then things like that won't really matter much more, because like won't matter much because you've already established yourself. So I think that's a big thing as well. Wanting to establish yourself as being recognized as, oh, okay, he's a good player. It's like that mutual. Whenever you go to your locals, people are aware that, oh yeah, he's good, you know. So like if you lose, then and you just have this justification that, okay, well, people already know that I'm good. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. Hopefully it's not just me. But like, yeah, man, Dark Synchro got a big help with the new links. It's huge, man. That's really cool. Oh my god! If you're just watching this video and you haven't got the game yet, the link is in the description. So it's free. It's really easy to download. It's just there. The protection of these cards are insane, man. These cards are so cool. Oh, the gate. Oh, the gate. Oh my god, it's just crazy how he just have spear mode. Oh, the masterpiece just hit. Oh man. This game was pretty good, man. It's too much pressure though, I think. Blazer is just too huge. 4K beater that keeps coming back, just attack. Okay, here's the deck list. Okay, so nothing's changed. Everything's pretty much the same. Okay, the main thing you want to open up with is, okay, in your hand you want to see this Quick Draw, Gofu, Yugioh, Tuner, and Gladiator. That's what you want to see, and that will end you with Blazer, Quasar, Decode, and a Proxy, and like a bunch of cards in hand, and then you say it's Cyclone. Hopefully you draw a Cyclone, and that's pretty much all there is to it. And this is just there for the discard outlet in case you open up Gladiator, because you won't want to normal summon. You want to keep normal summon for Yugioh, unless you open up this and this, and that's not too bad either. Like this and this, just it still ends you with the Blazer and Decode. So that's not too bad. But for sure, once the cryston and the new links come out, this is gonna be replaced. I still gotta like test hands with it and just figure out, okay, what way to do it. Because that's gonna be very important if you want to consider this deck to play competitively at your locals, or just have this as an option altogether. The side deck, I'm more for dealing with end result compared to prevention. Like, of course, prevention, that means like this is like a really controversial statement that I'm going that this is, because majority say, oh well once you start preventing them, odds of you opening up your hand traps, or I mean, it's, if you open it, you open it. If you don't have it, then you won't open it at all. But the way I've thought about it was, since your deck is not meant to grind, every card you want to at least have the chance of drawing into has to work even if you don't open it. Like, let's say I'm playing hand trap, right, and they've gone off. If I draw into a hand trap, it's not gonna do anything for me compared to this or this, because I mean I've already decided against Spiral because they're the main like focal point right now, because everyone's like considering it like it's a huge insane thing that it requires minimal cards to establish in the same field. And let's say I don't open up either of these, right? Let's say I don't open up, but I still have that chance that I will draw into the my 6th card will be one of this. What would you want to rather have a spear mode ready to top deck and get rid of their field, or top deck an Ash or a Droll or an Ogre? You gonna, does that make sense? Hopefully that's enough justification. But because the majority of it will not agree with that, because you guys want to prevent. but that's just my paranoia of not opening up the hand trap. Like, I always top decking Max E, which is why I never really liked Max E. I always seem to top deck it. So I think that has a lot to do with the way you pick your cards. Definitively choosing your cards in your main deck. And that's just my preference. Of course, you can not go with that, but that's just how I feel about it. Otherwise, when you take a deck, especially with the amount of effort and time I put into it, I consider every single card to be my choice. Otherwise, I'll be like, oh damn, I'll be blaming and always be like pretty much pushing the blame onto something of why I lost, and I don't really like doing that. Especially like, of course, if you don't really like put like that much effort into it, then you won't really understand what I'm saying, because you'll just be like, you just got a deck and someone built for you, or just it's completely different though. Your whole outlook on it is completely different. Especially if you're playing top tier. I mean, once again, there's nothing wrong with playing top tier, but just to understand where I'm coming from. But that's pretty much gonna be it. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching.